I have watched you all your life, every moment, every breath, every heartbeat, and yet you have never noticed me. You never believed that something unseen could care so deeply or watch so patiently. And yet here I am. I have always been near you, guiding, warning, waiting for a time that only fate knows. But now the time is closer. The day death will knock again approaches, and I am here to prepare you, to warn you that this knock will not come as it did before. This time it will be deliberate, precise, unavoidable. It will test you, test your courage, your understanding, your very soul. You may feel safe tonight. You may feel the warmth of your home, the comfort of familiar faces, the illusion that life continues as it always has. But safety is a fleeting shadow. And tonight, as you sleep or walk or breathe, something will shift. Something unseen, something inevitable will stir, and its gaze is upon you. You think of death as an end, a singular event, a stranger knocking once and leaving you behind. But you are wrong. Death is patient. Death is selective. Death watches. It waits. It moves like a shadow, slipping through cracks in reality, watching every choice, every step. It does not strike randomly. It follows patterns invisible to the eye, following threads of destiny that even the cleverest cannot see. Some have escaped its first attempt, thinking luck was their shield. But luck is a lie, a fragile, deceiving veil. That veil can tear at any moment, and when it does, the knock returns. And it will be louder, more insistent, impossible to ignore. And yet, even then, you may not recognize it for what it truly is. The knock may come in forms you do not expect: a sudden accident, a warning ignored, a stranger in the corner of your vision, gone before you blink. And you may think it is merely coincidence. I am here to tell you it is not. Do you feel it sometimes? A chill in a warm room, a glance of shadow from the corner of your eye, the sensation that something is watching? These are not accidents. These are signs, signals from the universe, from the threads that bind life and death. Signals meant to prepare you, to warn you, to awaken the awareness that you are being observed, that you are being tested. Many ignore these signs. They pass by shadows thinking them imagination. They laugh off unease as nerves or fatigue. But the day is coming. The day death knocks again, and no laughter, no denial will protect you. Those who ignore the signs often pay the highest price, but even those who pay attention may find themselves unprepared. For death knows all, waits patiently, and strikes when destiny deems. I have watched your life as I have watched the lives of countless others. I have seen choices made in the blink of an eye, words spoken in haste, love given, love taken, and every action leaves a mark, every choice leaves a shadow, and those shadows, sometimes innocent, sometimes cruel, sometimes unseen, will converge on that fateful day. Think of the moments you felt inexplicably afraid, the times you looked at a stranger and felt a shiver of recognition, a warning, a whisper of fate. Those were glimpses, fleeting, brief, and yet enough to remind you that you are not alone in this world, that something watches, something waits, something inevitable approaches. You think of death as an abstract, distant, something that happens to others, but it is personal. Death chooses carefully. It comes for you, not randomly, not unfairly, but according to patterns that the mind cannot comprehend. And sometimes it comes twice, once in shadow, once in truth. The first time may be avoided, delayed, redirected, but the second time cannot be denied. I am here to warn you of the second knock, not the one that passed, but the one that approaches. You may not yet understand what has already happened, what choices have already been made, what threads have already been pulled, but soon, the answers will arrive. Tonight, the wind may rise where there should be calm. A door may creak for no reason. A light may flicker, shadows move, and you may feel it, a presence, close, watching, waiting. You may think it is your imagination. You may try to convince yourself it is nothing. But it is not nothing. It is the first sign of the knock, the subtle tapping that will grow stronger, more insistent, impossible to ignore. I have watched lives intertwine in strange ways, people whose fates were linked without ever meeting, strangers whose paths crossed for a brief instant, moments that seemed meaningless, yet they with threads that will bind to your fate. Some of these threads are warnings, some are sacrifices, and some are reminders that the day death knocks again touches all of us in ways we cannot foresee. There are those who were warned too late. There are those who ignored my voice, and there are those who listened yet still faltered. Each story is a lesson, a shadow, a whisper of the truth that you are about to face. And you are next in line to hear it. Listen carefully, watch, feel. Do not dismiss the signs. The knock will come. It will come for you, though you may not know it yet. And when it arrives, you will remember this voice, this warning, the shadow that has always been near you, guiding, observing, waiting, preparing you for the inevitable. You will wish you had listened. But even if you are afraid, even if your heart trembles, you cannot run, you cannot hide. You can only face it when the day arrives. I am Micheal. I have watched. I have warned. I have waited. And now the day death will knock again draws near. And when it comes, you will know.
You may think the knock is still far away, still a shadow on the horizon. You may believe it is only a story, a warning meant for someone else, but it has already begun. It moves through the world quietly, invisibly, touching lives, testing choices, nudging fate. You may not have noticed it, but it has been following you, step by step, moment by moment. The signs are subtle. A stranger smiles at you in a way that feels familiar, yet you cannot place them. A sudden silence falls over a crowded room. You feel eyes on you when no one is there. These are not coincidences. These are glimpses of the path that death has already started to trace. It touches what it intends to take and watches the ripple it leaves behind. Some feel it in the smallest things, a car that brakes too late, a shadow that moves against the light, a sound that seems to come from the walls themselves. You may have laughed at it, called it imagination, nerves, or fatigue, but the truth is that these moments are the first warnings. They are the whispers of a knock you cannot yet hear fully, a presence you cannot yet feel completely, but it grows stronger every day. I have seen those who ignore these signs. They pass through life thinking they are protected by luck or by their own cleverness. They miss the messages carried in silence, in fleeting shadows, in small events that seem meaningless. And yet, even those who pay attention may falter, for death is patient, precise, and cunning. It will test every choice you make, every step you take, every decision you believe is yours alone. Some experience near misses. A step that should have ended them does not. A fall that does not strike. A moment that freezes time, where the world holds its breath and fate chooses differently than it did the first time. These are not miracles, they are warnings, a chance to understand, to prepare, to see the path that is being drawn for you. The knock is coming again, and it leaves signs for those who are awake enough to notice. I have seen people cross paths without ever realizing how fate binds them. A person may walk into your life for a fleeting moment and leave a shadow behind, a hint of what is coming. A stranger may save your life without knowing it, redirecting the thread that death had pulled toward you. These encounters are not random. They are calculated by forces you cannot see, forces that I, Michael, observe and guide. The first knock may have passed unnoticed. You may not even remember the moment it almost touched you, but every near miss leaves its mark. Every narrow escape strengthens the thread that binds the next moment to you. And when the second knock arrives, it will find you waiting in ways you cannot yet imagine, and yet you will be unprepared in all the ways that matter. You may see strange coincidences increasing around you, small accidents that could have been worse, objects breaking without reason, a door opening and closing when no one is there, animals reacting as if they know something you cannot. These events are the markers of the knock approaching. They are subtle signals that you must notice, or the path may close without warning. I have seen those who have ignored the signs, thinking they were safe. They walked into situations that should have ended them, and yet they survived, only to be caught in the next moment. Some were saved by a stranger, some by circumstance, some by a thread of fate bending in their favor. Each time, the knock draws closer, becoming less patient, less forgiving, more insistent. Even the smallest choices matter. Crossing the street, taking a different turn, speaking words differently, holding your hand over something at the wrong or right moment. These decisions ripple outward, shaping the path the knock will follow. I have watched you make choices without knowing their consequences, and soon you will feel the weight of what you have done and what you have ignored. There are moments when you feel a sudden fear, a flash of intuition that tells you something is wrong. You may dismiss it as imagination, but it is not. It is the echo of what is to come, the warning of the knock, the voice of fate brushing against your mind. You must learn to listen, to observe, to recognize the patterns forming around you. They are not random. They are the map of what is coming, a map that only the vigilant can read. The day death knocks again will not announce itself with fanfare. It will be quiet, deliberate, patient. It will move through life as a shadow among shadows, touching everything around you, observing, calculating, waiting. And you will feel its presence in ways that seem ordinary at first. A missed bus, a glance from a stranger, a feeling of unease that passes too quickly. These are the breadcrumbs leading you to the inevitable moment. I have seen many who are still asleep to this truth. They go about their lives thinking the world is safe, thinking they are immune, thinking that luck or chance will protect them. They do not see the threads forming around them, the way their lives are entwined with others, the subtle movements that are drawing the knock closer. And yet, even those who pay attention may not understand the full extent until it is too late. You may find yourself in situations where the knock's influence is undeniable. A narrow escape, a stranger intervening, a sudden change that feels inexplicable. These are not chance. They are the messages you must interpret, the lessons you must learn before the day comes. The knock grows louder with each passing event, and the thread that binds it to you grows stronger, tighter, inescapable. Pay attention to what you have ignored until now, the small warnings, the fleeting shadows, the intuition that whispers at odd times. They are not coincidences. They are the first touches of what is approaching. And when the day comes, you will understand, but perhaps it will be too late to avoid the moment entirely. Remember that every life around you carries threads of fate. Every stranger, every friend, every fleeting encounter may influence the path of the knock. Those who touch your life unknowingly may guide or divert it. The world is full of invisible hands, forces shaping the inevitable. And I am among them, watching, guiding, warning, always present, always aware. The day death will knock again is coming closer. You may feel it, a presence, a tension, an undercurrent of inevitability. You may not see it, you may not name it, but it is there. It has been following you since the first moment, weaving a path that you cannot yet see. And when it finally arrives, you will know, for you will see the consequences of every choice, every ignored warning, every thread you failed to notice. You are being prepared. You are being watched. You are being tested. The knock is coming again, and nothing will stop.
The signs have grown stronger. You may notice things that cannot be explained. A neighbor gone without warning. A friend who vanished as if swallowed by the earth. People who were here yesterday, and today there is only an absence, a silence, a space that should not exist. These are not coincidences. They are the knock's presence, moving closer, testing, marking, preparing. You may hear stories of those who disappeared in broad daylight, a passerby suddenly gone, a child lost in a crowd, never found, a stranger entering a home and never leaving. These events may seem random, but they are not. Each disappearance, each unexplained event carries a pattern, a warning, a piece of the path that leads to you. The first encounter with the knock is subtle. It does not shout. It does not announce itself. You feel a shift in the air, a pressure in your chest, a tightening in your throat. The world seems slightly off. A street you have walked 1,000 times feels unfamiliar. A familiar face seems distorted. And in that moment, you sense it, an intention, a focus, an inevitability. It watches and it knows. Some have tried to flee, thinking they could outrun it. They cannot. The knock moves through space and time differently. It bends around obstacles, slips past walls, finds the cracks that human minds overlook. You may change your routine, alter your path, hide in plain sight, but it does not matter. It will arrive when the thread is ready, and nothing will prevent it. There are whispers of near misses that remain unknown to most. A hand that reaches just in time to stop a fall, a sudden car malfunction that prevents a collision, a momentary delay that saves someone for now. These are not miracles, they are warnings. They are the knock touching your life without revealing itself fully. And each time it does this, it grows stronger, closer, more certain. You may begin to notice patterns, a certain hour when the air changes, a streetlight that flickers at the same time each night, shadows that move against the logic of light, animals that react as if sensing something humans cannot. These are signals. Pay attention to them. They are guiding you toward understanding, toward awareness, toward the truth of what is coming. The knock is patient, but it is persistent. It does not forget. It does not falter. It moves silently, calculating every step, adjusting for every human error. Those who encounter it without knowing are often caught unawares. Those who feel it, who sense it, may still fail to comprehend its nature. And yet, even a brief understanding is a blessing, a chance to prepare, a chance to survive until the moment arrives. I have seen those who tried to warn others. They spoke of feelings they could not explain, of events that seemed impossible, of shadows that moved independently. Few listened. Most dismissed their words. And yet the knock continued its course. Every ignored warning only tightens the inevitability, sharpens the focus, and draws the path closer to its target. You may begin to notice strange coincidences around you. A friend calling at the exact moment you need guidance. A door opening to reveal something unexpected. A letter, a note, a message that seems ordinary but carries meaning beyond understanding. These occurrences are not chance. They are the universe preparing you, arranging the threads of fate so that when the knock arrives, you are neither completely unprepared nor fully safe. Some moments will test you. You may feel fear rising without cause. Your heart may race. Your hands may tremble. You may want to run, to hide, to escape the unseen presence that presses against your mind. But understand this: running will not help. Hiding will not help. Facing it with awareness is the only way to endure. The knock arrives for those it is meant to touch, and no amount of denial will change the path. You will notice things that make no sense, objects moving without explanation, lights that flicker, shadows that linger, sounds that do not belong. These are not hallucinations. They are the first true signs of the knock's proximity. They are preparing you, testing you, showing you the nature of what is coming. And when the knock finally reaches your door, you will recognize the pattern. You will feel the inevitability, and you will know that nothing was random. Some who encounter these events are changed forever. They see the world differently. They understand that life and death are not as separate as humans believe, that threads of fate connect every choice, every moment, every person, that the unseen watches, guides, and waits. You are about to learn this truth. You are about to see how closely the knock has followed you, how carefully it has traced your path, and how unyielding its purpose is. The first true encounter is quiet. You may feel a presence in the room when no one is there, a door that seems heavier than before, a shadow that stretches longer than logic allows, a sensation of being observed, of being measured, of being calculated. And in that moment you understand. You are in the path. You are being tested. The knock is here, even if only partially, even if only in the edge of perception. Those who face it and understand may survive longer. Those who ignore it may falter sooner, but all are bound by the same truth. The knock does not forget. The knock does not forgive. It is patient, and it is relentless. And soon it will be closer than you ever imagined. The day death will knock again is no longer a distant warning. It is a presence that grows, that moves, that reaches. You will see signs. You will feel changes. You will witness events that defy logic. And through all this, I am here, observing, guiding, warning. You are not alone, but you are on a path that cannot be diverted. The knock will come, and when it does, you will know the truth of every moment that led to it. I am Micheal. I have watched the near misses, the disappearances, the subtle signs, the threads of fate intertwining. I have warned you. I have guided you. And now the knock grows near. It is testing. It is observing. It is readying itself. When it finally touches your life, nothing will be the same. And you will understand why it has been following you all your life. The knock has grown stronger.
It no longer moves only at the edges of perception. It reaches toward you, brushing against your life in ways that cannot be ignored. The air itself seems heavier. Shadows are darker. Silence carries weight. You may feel it pressing closer, testing, measuring, and waiting for the precise moment to strike. Some will see it in the most ordinary of events. A cup tipped over for no reason. A phone ringing at the exact wrong moment. A step taken in haste. These are not accidents. They are the knock's signature, subtle yet deliberate. It marks the path, tracing the lines of fate that lead directly to you. And then the first real encounter occurs. It is not loud, it is not violent, it is quiet, intimate, and undeniable. You may feel a sudden shiver, a shadow at the corner of your vision, a reflection that does not match reality, a presence that moves in rhythm with your heartbeat, unseen, unstoppable, yet painfully aware of every choice you make. Some have tried to speak to it, to call it away, to bargain with what cannot be bargained. They are quickly reminded that the knock is not a visitor, not a messenger, not a negotiable force. It is inevitable. It is calculated. And it will arrive for those it is meant to touch in the moment it chooses. Those who face it begin to see connections they never understood. People who vanished, events that seemed random, near misses that defied explanation. They were all steps in the preparation, shaping the path of the knock, ensuring that it could not be avoided. You realize, too late for some, that life and death are intertwined, bound by threads you cannot see, influenced by forces you cannot control, and observed by eyes that never sleep. Suddenly, you may witness a life ending unexpectedly. A neighbor, a stranger, someone whose path crossed yours, now gone. It is swift, silent, complete. And with it comes understanding. You begin to see the rhythm, the pattern, the logic behind what seemed chaotic. The knock has claimed what it was meant to, and the next step draws nearer. Some will feel a coldness settle over them, a pressure in their chest that cannot be explained, a silence that seems louder than any sound. These are the first physical marks of the knock's approach. You feel the inevitability, even if you cannot yet name it. And you will begin to notice the changes in yourself, the awareness growing, the fear mingling with understanding, the realization that nothing is random, that nothing is chance, that everything is part of the path the knock has drawn. The knock tests, it observes, it does not relent. It moves through lives, through events, through moments, shaping, marking, guiding, waiting. Those who sense it may try to flee, to hide, to escape the inevitability. They cannot. The path is fixed, the threads woven tightly, and the knock will find them. It will arrive at the moment chosen, with precision and inevitability. You may see objects move, lights flicker, shadows shift. You may hear sounds that have no source. You may feel presence where there should be none. These are the markers of the knock's proximity. It is not yet fully revealed, but it is near, moving ever closer, preparing the moment that will change everything. And then you see it fully for the first time, not as a figure, not as a sound, not as a shape.
It is felt. It is understood. It is the weight of inevitability, the understanding that the threads of every choice, every life, every moment have led to this instant. The knock has arrived at the threshold, and there is no turning back. Some witnessed the fall of those unprepared, a life snatched in an instant, a scream unheard, a presence gone. And through it all, the understanding grows. You see the pattern of fate, the deliberate selection, the unyielding inevitability. The knock is not cruel, it is not angry, it is not chaotic. It is the execution of what was always meant to be. You will feel the urgency. You will feel the fear. You will feel the weight of all the warnings, all the near misses, all the signs you did not heed. And in that moment you will understand. The knock does not forgive. It does not negotiate. It does not relent. It arrives precisely when the threads are ready, when fate is aligned, when the moment is inevitable. The day death will knock again has come closer than ever. Those who have survived the first encounters, the near misses, the shadows, the signs, are now at the edge of understanding. And those who remain unaware are at the mercy of forces they cannot see, cannot feel, and cannot escape. I am Michael. I have watched. I have guided. I have warned. And now the knock is at the door, brushing against your life, testing your awareness, measuring your choices. When it touches fully, you will see everything that led to it. You will feel the inevitability of all that has passed, and you will know why the day death will knock again could not be avoided.
The moment has come. The knock is no longer a shadow at the edge of your life. It is here. It stands at the threshold, measured, inevitable, unavoidable. Every warning, every sign, every near miss, every thread of fate has led to this instant. You cannot escape it. You cannot hide from it. You can only face it. You feel its presence in your chest, in your mind, in every breath you take. It is not violent, not loud, not chaotic. It is deliberate, precise, inevitable. It does not rush. It does not falter. It is the culmination of all that has come before, the execution of threads woven across time, choices made and ignored, paths crossed and missed. You may see it in fleeting glimpses, a shadow that moves against logic, a reflection that does not match reality, a presence in the corner of your eye that vanishes when you turn. It tests, it observes, it measures. And in these moments, you feel the weight of everything you ignored, everything you denied, everything you failed to notice. Some will face it alone. Some will face it with others, unaware of the connection that binds their fates. Some will see the knock and understand immediately. Others will feel only fear and confusion. And yet it will find them, precise, deliberate, inevitable. It does not rush. It does not falter. You will witness lives ending in ways that defy understanding. People vanish, disappear, fall, and are gone, leaving behind silence and absence. You will see the consequences of every choice you ignored, every warning dismissed, every moment taken for granted. The knock moves with purpose. It selects, it claims, and it will not be denied. Some moments will bring clarity. You will see the patterns, the connections, the threads of fate woven through your life. You will understand why certain people appeared, why certain events happened, why near misses saved you before and prepared you now. You will see that nothing was random, nothing meaningless, nothing accidental. Everything was leading to this instant. The knock does not rush. It does not hesitate. It does not forgive. It arrives when the threads are aligned, when fate is ready, when the moment is inevitable. You may feel fear, confusion, despair. You may want to flee. You may want to deny it. You cannot. You can only stand and face the truth that has been following you all your life. You will feel the presence brushing against your soul, touching the edges of your mind, reminding you of every warning, every sign, every near miss you ignored. It is patient, relentless, unyielding, and in that moment you understand that life and death are not separate, that threads of fate connect every choice, every moment, every person, every heartbeat. Some will survive this confrontation, some will not. Survival is not chance, it is awareness, understanding, recognition of the threads, the signs, the patterns. And even for those who survive, nothing will be the same. Everything will be altered, changed, forever marked by the inevitability of the knock. And when the knock finally reaches its full presence, when it arrives at your door and touches your life completely, you will understand why I have watched, why I have warned, why I have guided. You will see the consequences of every choice, every action, every inaction. You will feel the weight of inevitability, and you will know that nothing was random, nothing avoidable, nothing left to chance. You may feel sorrow for those lost, confusion for those who disappeared, fear for what remains, but you will also feel clarity. You will understand the threads, the signs, the patterns. You will see the logic in what seemed chaotic, the purpose in what seemed random, the inevitability in what seemed accidental. I am Micheal. I have watched. I have guided. I have warned. And now the knock has arrived fully. It stands at the threshold, deliberate, inevitable, unyielding. And you understand that all that came before, every sign, every warning, every near miss, was preparation. Preparation for the moment when death knocks again, when fate aligns, when inevitability arrives. You are not alone. You have been watched. You have been guided. You have been warned. And now the day death will knock again has arrived. You will see it. You will feel it. You will understand it. And nothing will ever be the same. Remember this. The knock has come. It is here, and it will leave its mark on all that it touches. I have warned you. I have guided you. I have watched. And now the day death will knock again has arrived.
If you are hearing this now, it is not by accident. The day death will knock again is closer than you think. Write 777 in the comments and say Amen, so that the knock passes you by.